All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for joining tonight's session with me, Cikgu Naim. I'm from SMK Seri Bayu, and I can see quite a lot of people. I think some of you are teachers, so welcome, welcome. Before we start, why don't we begin the session with the recitation of the Furqan Al-Fatiha. Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ameen. All right. So as you can see for tonight, we're going to discuss, or rather, you might want to listen to me talk about asking to explain. Okay, WH questions. All right. Why do I say asking to explain? All right. Tonight, we will focus on WH questions in all four skills, hopefully, of the English language. All right. Before I go on, I would like to remind you that if I'm going too fast, if you cannot understand me, if you have questions, you can always turn on your microphone or you can use the chat box to ask questions. That's what it's all about tonight, right? So, hopefully we'll have a fruitful session tonight, and I would like to get input from you as well. Don't let me feel alone. Okay, don't just let me talk non-stop, because most probably I'm going to diverge anyway. So um, before we begin, again, today's session will be about questions, everything questions in the English language. The most typical question I'd like to start this session with is, what are the WH questions? Can you tell me, please? Have you heard of the WH questions before?
Yes.
Okay, so what would be one of the questions or word that we have?
Why?
Why? Okay, that's good. One is why. I'm going to just
When?
yeah, why and when. What else?
Who?
Who? Good.
What?
What? Oh, I see some answers in the chat box as well. What?
Where?
Where?
How?
How? All right. Anything else? Is that all? Do we have a combination of questions or words that we use with these question words to form other questions? Can you give me some of the examples?
Whose?
By the way, just now you forgot this one. Which? Which is also a question. Eh? How do we combine two words to make up another question? What words do we combine? Usually, you would have to use the question word how to combine with other words, which makes it another kind of question. Can you think of something? I should check the chat box. Okay, we only have one answer from just now. Kyle said who. Okay, if you are kind of confused with what I'm trying to say here, okay, for example, when we have how, you can combine the word how with many, and it can make up another question, another type of question, which deals with the number, okay, or the quantity of something. How many? Can you think of another example of a combination of words that makes up a question word? Whom? Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So under who we do have whom. What's the other one, Akbar? If
Whose?
you're talking about belonging. Yes, exactly. I didn't catch who answered that. Whose? Yes, Sharil. Good. Whom refers to the object and whose refers to the possession. Okay. To whom does something belong to? When you talk about whom, then you are referring to the person. And if you're talking about whose, if the question is whose, then you're talking about the object. Are these the only way to ask questions? Do we have any other ways to ask questions? Usually, students would have problems um, coming up with questions, especially about statements, you know? So, which is why tonight I dedicate this session for questions alone. Why? Because I want you to be able to make perfect questions, especially when you're speaking and when you're writing. Siva Priya says, "Where are you going?" One of the ways to ask questions. Okay, that one is using the five W and one H, the one in white that we use. That's an excellent example. Thank you. Okay. Tak jelas. Alright. Najib, which part is tak jelas? If you're talking about my question just now, what are the other ways to ask questions? Then you have to remember, okay, saya explain dulu. In an English sentence, okay, dalam satu ayat bahasa Inggeris, you have to have the noun and also the verb. Noun and verb. You have to remember that. So, katakanlah yang paling mudah ialah he talks to me. Okay, can you come up with a question to which this one answers? Okay, what would be the question to this answer?
Who?
Who talk to you? Who are you talking to? Okay, go on. Keep going. Remember that the verb that we have here is talks and it is in present tense.
How? Can answer.
How? Okay. How? Give me a full question, Siva Priya.
How? How he talks to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Is
Macam bina
that how
ayat
it
ke
is?
cikgu?
Macam bina ayat, but you are going
How
to
he talks
use
to me.
how he talks to you. Macam mana tu? What is he doing? Okay, that's a good question, Akbar. What is he doing? All right. Now we have the verb is over there. Let's see if it fits. Okay. What is he doing? What is he doing? All right. Could that be the answer? If you ask me, there's an ing at the end of the sentence there. All right. The verb that we are talking about is. I would say the perfect question to this answer, this one, would be, oh, sorry, would be, okay, if we take the word do, does he talk to you? All right, does he talk to you? He talks to me. Yes, he talks to me. Okay, over here we have an S. Okay, because the tense is present tense. But in the question, we move the S to this part. Okay? You move the S to that part. If I were to give you another statement, Please come up with the question for this statement. I am eating a sandwich. Can you come up with a question for this statement? You can write it in the chat box. What are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? Okay, Afifa, Akbar, not Akbar, Afifa, Siva, and Irfan Hafiz. What are you doing? Yes. What are you doing? Dalili Aina, sorry. Alia also. What are you eating? That's a different one. Nurin and Alia is saying, what are you eating? All right. Both of these types of questions, they are correct to the statement. All right. Meaning that, what are you eating for this brunch? Wow, that's advanced. Excellent, Kyle. Okay, as long as we answer or we complete the question with the verb that we are talking about, then that should be a perfect question to the answer that I'm giving here. Okay, we'll take the most picked type of question. What are you doing? Okay, so if you were to put that, what are you doing? Then you see the verb that is in the question is one, are, and also do. Okay, so this one translates to am. I am. Okay, I is a special noun, so I gets a special verb as well, which is am. Only the word I uses am in the tense form. Okay, um, and then we have eating. Okay, I am eating is good enough. Is good enough. Okay, you don't need a sandwich to explain that, but you can also put as an extra information. Okay, but to me, I would say the perfect question for this one is, what are you eating? Okay, what are you eating? So it translates directly to the question, I am eating a sandwich. Okay, meaning that we are putting focus on the word sandwich. Okay, let's try the other examples. Let me see. Okay, just now you were forming questions. Okay, we have more statements here. Okay, let's try the first statement. He is my father. I have at least two kinds of questions that I can uh, make here. Can you try and make questions from the first statement? Who is he? Yes, that's one way. Who is that man? Correct. Who is he? Who is your father? He is my father. Exactly. If you are talking to a person face to face and then you are pointing to a picture or a person, who is your father? He is my father. Who is that? Okay. Who is he? If you use that, then the answer here should be that as well. That is my father. But usually for human, we don't use that. Okay. But that's a good try. Who is that? Who is your father? Who is he? So I would say the perfect question for this, the perfect, betul lah, the perfect question for this answer is, kan kena cakap terbalik, when you're talking about questions and then you want answers, so it's different. So I would say the perfect one is, who is he? Or who is that man? Okay, because we have the word he here. Everything must be correlated. What about the second one? Thank you so much for the answers. Which one is your father? Oh, that's, who is that man over there? Yes, yes, excellent, Hazik. That's a good question as well. Sharil, what does your father do for a living? Yes. Sabar. Yang tu nombor 3. That's the third one, Sharil. Afifah says, which one is your father? Don't forget your question mark. If you're asking questions, you must always have your question marks. My father is the one wearing red. Okay. It's okay, Sharil. You're doing good. You're doing fast. I prefer having quick answers or more answers than nothing at all. All right. So, what does your father do for living? Okay, for a living. My father is the one. Sorry, yang tu tadi. Number 2. Which one is your father? Yes, my father is the one wearing red. Correct. Yes. Thank you, Nurin Hazwani. Thank you, Sharil as well. Sharil gave the answers already. Which one is your father? Correct. So let's just put it here. You guys are good. Which one is your father? All right. So just now, what colors that your father wear? Okay, my father is the one wearing red. Mm, can I say that? I think that that is acceptable, except for a little grammatical error there, but that's good. Also acceptable as a question, Hazik. Okay. Let's get back to what Sharil said just now so we save time. What does your father do for a living? Don't forget the article yeah? What does your father do for a living? This is a perfect question for statement number 3. But I also have another shorter version that people used to ask in conversation. Okay. For number 3, for statement number 3, usually people can simply ask, "What is your father?" Kalau orang tanya kamu, "What is your father?" Kamu jangan pelik. Kamu jangan, "What is your father's occupation?" Correct, Nurin? Tapi you have to put apostrophe and S. Okay, apostrophe S, like Irfan Hafiz is doing. What is your father's job? Okay, what is your father's occupation? What is the job that your father is working? Betul, boleh panjang. Okay, back to the one I was saying just now. Orang boleh tanya macam ni sahaja. What is your father? Kamu janganlah terkejut, lepas tu kamu pun marah orang tu. Kamu you might say, apa ni, ask stupid questions. My father is a human, of course. Okay, bukan macam tu. Maksud dia apa pekerjaan ayah kamu. So what is your father is also an acceptable question for statement number 3. Thank you so much. There are so many answers. If I missed out anything, please forgive me. Okay, walaupun mata dah 4, tapi tetap susah nak tengok. All right. I have 4 more statements that will confuse you. Okay. If you want to answer the other, give answer for the other statements, please give a number in front of your questions. All right. Like for example, the first one is, it does smell like something burning in here. Okay. It does smell like something. I think we miss an S here. We miss an is here. Something is burning in here. You smell something? What does it smell like? Okay, that's good. Our focus, okay, you always have to know what is the focus of the statement. It does. Do you smell something burning? It does smell like something is burning in here. Okay. Not quite there yet. Try again. Do you smell something here? No. What does it smell like? It does smell like something is burning in here. Not really. Come on, try again. Put does in front. Okay, I'll give you a hint. If you have does, the focus word is does, then for the question you also need does. Are you smell something? Not quite there yet. Do you smell something? What does it smelling? Not really. Try again. Put does in front. Do you smell something? Put does in front. Try again. The question could be quite long. Does something is on fire? Ada does, lepas tu ada is, tak boleh berulang. Does you smelling something? Try again. Does you smelling something here? Try again. Does it smell? Yes. Oh, you're close. Mukris Daniel, you're close. Does it smell something burning in here? Doesn't it smell like something burning in here? I think Yasmin Khadijah almost got it. What is this smell? That's an easy way to ask questions. Almost. Close, Zulhaikal. Does you smell something? Does you smell burning? Something burning. Does alah, senang dah lah yang ni. You susun balik je perkataan tu. Okay. Look at how I do. Okay. Kita dah letak does dekat depan. Ambil it. Does it. Lepas tu ambil je. Ni. Smell like something is burning in here. So that's the most, I think, perfect question for this statement. Does it smell like something is burning in here? Okay. So it does smell like something is burning in here. Right. But thank you so much. All right. I think I just lost connection from my what do you call that? My PC, but I still have my other device here working. So keep on answering for statement number 2, number 3, and number 4. Try and ask any questions. I know number 3 and number 4 will confuse you, but try and go through it. I'll read your answers in a bit. Write your answers in the comment section. Comment section pula. In the chat box. I'm back, but I'm gonna have to go through the questions here. Whew, so many answers. Let's have a look at. I think it's from Sharil. Sharil is answering the first one. The second one. Has he eaten anything today? Okay, you must use it in past participle. Has he eaten anything today? Why does he look pale? Why does you have does already? Look does not need an S. Okay, Akbar, but that's a good try. Has he eaten anything today? Why does he look pale? Mai nak tengok. He hasn't eaten anything since morning. Correct. Dua-dua tu bagus. Okay, both of those answers just now are good answers to the question. Okay, what about the others? Has he eaten anything? Okay, Nurin, that's also correct. What has he eaten since morning? Irfan Hafiz, if you have the question word what in front, you must answer with an object. Okay, what always talks about object. All right. So will you following for vacation this Saturday? Which one is this for, Sharil? Let me check. Will you be following? That would be a good question. Yes, I will. Okay, that's a good question. Anything at all? Just that you have to add will he be following? Okay. Has you eaten something this morning? Have you? Okay, Zulhaikal, you need to use HAVE because it's already singular. Has he eaten anything today? Dalili Aina, you have to use past participle, eaten. All right. Has he eaten something since morning? Has he eaten anything? Alia Husna. Anything. Okay. Did he taking anything food today? Okay, this is close, but you have to change something. Did he take anything for his meal today? And then that would be correct. Has he eaten anything for today? Again, eaten. Should I throw away this rubbish? Okay, that one is for number 4, Sharil. Sharil, bagus lah. No, you shouldn't. Kenapa tak payah buang sampah? You should actually. Tapi for the sake of this lesson, you're correct. Okay, for the sake of this lesson, you're correct. And then Sufyan says, "What does he get something to eat? Does he get something to eat today? Did he get anything to eat today?" Then that would be correct. He eating today? You always forget the question mark, Siva Priya. Always come up with the question mark unless it's going to be a statement. Akbar, jangan senang-senang buat duit nombor 3. Uh, you you can make questions as simple as this one, but please switch. All right? Will you? All right? Will you? And janganlah sedih, gurau pun tak boleh. What is the most famous question in a romantic movie? That can be used for statement number 3. Siapa tahu? Tahu. Alia Zahira, correct. Okay, will you marry me? Tapi dalam kita punya agama, dalam Islam, tak boleh nak tanya orang tu tanya orang tu diam-diam tapi dia tak official. Amboi. Sufyan, this is not the time. Amboi, seronok okay. Anyway. Don't worry. Okay. Thank you so much for the responses. That was great. Okay. Saya ambil lah beberapa. Should I throw out the rubbish? No, you shouldn't. Sebab no ada not dekat belakang. Alright. Yes, I will. Tak apalah, kita letak je lah. Siapa yang ada tadi? Will. Number 3. Should I throw away? You will or will you marry me? Kita letak je lah. Will you marry me? Okay. Yes, I will. Lepas tu, emoji melompat. Number 2 tadi, kita ambil hasn't eaten anything since morning. Has he eaten anything? He hasn't eaten anything since morning. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay. Number 4, Uma says, should I talk to him? No, you shouldn't. Perfect. Should I feel bad about it? Mukris Daniel. Perfect. No, you shouldn't. Betul. Semua tu betul. Alright? Very good. Okay. So now, hopefully, you have a better idea of how to form questions. Okay, kena ingat. Dalam ayat bahasa Inggeris, sekali lagi kita balik kepada slide ni. Bila kita ada verb, kita kena ikut verb tu untuk tanyakan soalan. Okay, verb adalah yang paling penting dalam sesuatu kenyataan. Ayat bahasa Inggeris takkan lengkap kalau tak ada kata kerja. Okay, so kata kerja tu boleh jadi action verb, boleh jadi auxiliary verb, ataupun helping verb, boleh jadi models. Okay, models tu adalah will, should, must, apa lagi? Selain daripada tu kita ada have. Okay, have you eaten? Has he eaten anything? Tu pun boleh digunakan untuk buat soalan. So tak semestinya buat soalan tu dengan WH question. It's just that for today saya kecilkan skop sikit supaya discussion kita stay on track. How to use questions in the 4 skills that you have. Alright? Macam mana kita nak guna? Kenapa penting? Siapa tahu kenapa why questions are important when you are as a student, especially for your SPM. Ni selalu orang tanya kan. Saya ajar anything that's not in textbook, people will ask me, yang ni masuk exam ke cikgu? Kenapa WH question penting untuk student SPM? Why is it important for? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Why is it important for an SPM student? Can anyone tell me in the comment section, or you can turn on your microphone? Buat essay, marks. Betul lah. Aduh, memanglah. Macam mana boleh dapat markah? Setakat dengan soalan, macam mana boleh dapat markah? Buat essay. How do you buat essay and get marks? For spelling. Okay, betul. Tapi tak semestinya soalan sahaja. Kalau you buat ayat penyata pun, you still have to take care of your spelling. Kembangkan idea. Very good. Story essay. For stories, yes. To make sure questions asked is in context. Very good, Akbar. Betul. Cause it is for daily use. Betul dia? Yes, it is for daily use. But how do we put it in as an SPM student? Macam mana as an SPM candidate? Why is it so important? What can you use so that it becomes your advantage? Dia jadi kelebihan untuk kamu. Why is it important to know? Kenapa saya ajarkan ataupun saya recap lah, your teachers must have taught you how to form questions, right? Contohlah, for example, in the writing paper, kamu kata tadi for spelling, for asking questions, make sure it is in context. Okay, betul tak salah tanya soalan kan? Nanti kalau tersalah tanya soalan, you're talking about something else, tiba-tiba you tanya soalan about another thing. So, you punya pembaca akan pening. Right, so you have to know how to ask the right questions. Right, untuk kembangkan idea pun betul juga. In your part 2, for writing paper, you have one section where you have to do note expansion. So that is also important. Okay, itu penting untuk SPM students. So I will put it together here for writing and speaking. Okay, for writing and speaking, why are questions important? Kenapa bertanyakan soalan ni penting? Number 1, for you to figure out the ideas. Alright, for you to figure out the ideas. Ini yang Nurin Hazwani sebut tadi, kembangkan idea. Okay, lebih kurang lah tu dengan saya punya point yang ketiga. Tengok yang ketiga tu, elaborating your ideas. Itu kembangkan idea lah tu. Alright. It is also for organizing the sequence of ideas. Sequence tu adalah susunan. So which one do you talk about first? Which one do you tell first? And which one comes second? And apa yang last kali? Alright. Other than that, it's also important for you when you are describing your ideas. Bila kita sedang nak gambarkan kita punya idea. Alright. And sometimes if you are good enough, if you are one of the students who are at the high level of English usage, you can use questions to arouse interest. Okay, untuk kita tarik minat pembaca esei kita. Okay, ataupun if you are doing a speaking assessment, when you are presenting your ideas, you want to make it sound like you have a very convincing idea. Okay, you really want to have a strong case. Then you use questions when you are presenting your ideas so that you arouse interest. Okay, itu salah satu. Other than that, is also for probing and taking turns. Okay, you have to remember, kamu kena ingat yang your SPM is already different. How many papers do you have to sit for your SPM? Siapa tahu? How many papers for CEFR SPM, KSSM? Ke tak sedar pun berapa paper for English?
4.
Four, yes, betul. Siva Priya, 4. Okay. Inshira, Haziq also 4. So, I can say everyone agrees that you have 4 papers. Kan? Alright. If you have 4 papers, okay, do you think it's going to be easy or difficult? Is it going to be easy or difficult? What do you think? Middle. Okay. Both. Highest difficulty possible. Alah, relax lah, Akbar. 50-50. Okay. What makes the current paper yang baru ni, what makes it difficult? Kenapa kamu rasa susah? What do you think makes it difficult for students to answer the new paper? Sebelum ni pernah cakap bahasa Inggeris or English speaking difficulty. Okay, good. But you don't have to worry about it actually. Just be confident. Lepas tu cakap je. If you don't say anything, then we cannot give marks to you. Alright? Okay, I have one question. I want to know your opinion. Which is more important? We're talking about speaking paper. Okay, kita cakap pasal paper speaking, bertutur, ujian bertutur. Okay, oral. Which is more important? Having a lot of ideas or having a good conversation with your partner? Sebab nanti speaking paper, kamu dengan kawan kamu, 2 people at one time with the examiner. So which is more important? Good conversation or more ideas? Ada orang kata good conversation. Ada orang kata ideas. Mana satu? Cepat. Good conversation for sure. Okay. Both. Syamil kata both. Both is important. Okay. Having good conversation. Okay. Macam ni lah saya bagi tahu. Actually, for your speaking paper, you have to have both. Dua-dua penting. Kena ada isi yang bagus dan kena ada conversation yang bagus. And the answer to how to get this for your speaking paper, good conversation and also lots of ideas is by using questions. Kenapa kena guna soalan? Don't worry dia Azfar. Okay. Kena guna soalan sebab, okay, contoh, for example, you are given one idea. The topic is about benefits of sports, for example. Okay, kelebihan sukan. Okay, let's write down here. Senang untuk kamu gambarkan. Let's say this is the question for your speaking assessments. Benefit of sports. Okay. Azfar tertekan. Tersilap tekan tak apa. Kalau you tertekan, you have to go and see the counselor. Azfar. Jangan simpan sorang-sorang
Bukan bukan. Maksud saya tak habis lagi tapi tertekan.
Oh, tu tersilap tekan, bukan tertekan.
Sorry.
Don't worry, usik je lah. Okay. So, katakanlah tajuk kamu benefit of sports. Okay, Siva Priya kata stamina. What about stamina? Bagus, good point, Siva Priya. How do we have a good explanation for stamina? Macam mana kita nak explain stamina ni? Can anyone tell me? Increase stamina. Macam mana Irfan Hafiz tahu? How do you know? Jangan kata sebab memang tahulah cikgu. Selalu jawab macam tu kan. Because you don't see the process that is happening in your brain. Today I'm going to talk about that. Itu yang saya nak cakap. Tengok, Nurin memang, are you a mind reader Nurin? Ataupun dah pernah dengar kat mana-mana sebelum ni? Use question. Betul. When you have one point, bila kita ada satu point kan, and then kita nak kembangkan, okay, so we use question. Nurin, what question do we use to get the idea increase stamina? Apa question yang kita gunakan? Which one? How? Betul Afifah. How? Betul Amza. What is benefit of sports? Okay. Betul juga. Yes. Okay. So how do we improve? You ask that question and you will get this answer. Okay. Or what is the benefit of sports? Terus. It will increase stamina. Betul? Kalau saya nak gunakan soalan when, what can we ask for when? Kalau increase tak boleh kah? Memang increase lah. Now use when for the question. Macam mana kita nak kaitkan when dengan benefit of sports? We talk about time for doing sports. Betul. Lepas tu jawapan dia terus Syamil Aizat dah bagi. You guys are very efficient. Saya tak payah ajar pun macam ni. Semua dah ada dekat sini. Alright? This is, I'm talking about when. Okay, kita padam. Kita penuhkan dulu soalan tu. Kita bagi soalan yang betul-betul clear. So that your friends also have the same idea. Sebelum ni mungkin tak pernah fikir kan. So, when is the right time to do sports and gain the benefits? Contohlah, saja je. Soalan panjang sikit kan. Okay. And then, you pun bagi jawapan. Okay. You bagi jawapan free time. Oh, dekat pula. Free time. Alright. Dan you elaborate guna soalan yang lain juga. Okay. Kita ada where, kita ada who, kita how tadi dah tanya, when, which, okay, what, dan sebagainya. Itu cara untuk kita elaborate. Betul tak? So this is beneficial for both when you are writing and also when you are speaking. The only difference is when you are writing, you boleh conteng-conteng somewhere. Betul tak? And then you have a bit more time, okay, to think of the answers. Tapi when you are speaking, you have to be quick. The same process happens, proses yang sama berlaku, you gunakan soalan, okay, you gunakan soalan, tapi dia hanya berlaku dalam kepala kamu, only in your head. Alright? And then you start getting the answers one by one. Macam saya kata tadi, apa kepentingan dia? You will get ni. You figure out the ideas, you organize the sequence of ideas, you describe your ideas, okay? And then you also arouse interest. Yang ini yang saya nak cakap ni. Probing and taking turns. Okay. Sebab tadi bila saya tanya, mana lebih penting? Content or to have a good conversation? Okay. Yang ini dalam part 3. Okay. Speaking paper part 3. Bahagian ketiga. present idea, you can arouse interest using question. Okay, rhetorical question. Maksudnya soalan yang tidak perlu dijawab pun, ataupun you tanya di permulaan dan you jawab di hujung, macam tu. Okay. Tetapi bila when you are having a conversation with a partner, macam saya jawab tadi, macam saya bagi tahu kamu tadi kan, if you are sitting for your speaking examination, you will do it with a partner. Okay, in pairs, dua orang. Contoh, saya akan buat dengan Alia, whoever Alia is. So, part 1, tak ada masalah. Simple questions from your teachers. Kejap Part 2, you hanya perlu present idea you sahaja. You kena cakap apa yang kamu nak cakap sahaja. Tak perlu ada conversation. Tapi part 3 is important for you to take turns. Bahagian ketiga penting untuk kamu take turns. Sebab apa kadang-kadang kalau kita student yang hebat tak ada masalah. Partner kita pun student yang hebat tak ada masalah. Okay? Tetapi untuk membantu partner kita dan membantu diri kita mendapat markah juga, for you to get more marks, you need to use questions. Okay? Contoh, okay? You are talking about the benefit of sports. Okay? And then you will talk about stamina. Dia akan bagi dah point dekat you, dia akan bagi dah 6 points, right? But you have to point to your partner as well, and then try to get try to get response from him or her. Itu nama dia probing, alright? Probing. Maksudnya apa? Kita tanya macam ni. I think one of the benefits of sports is it increases our stamina, especially if we do it regularly. What do you think, Alia? What is the benefit of sports? So kita cakap seolah-olah dia natural. Kita bagi tahu kita punya idea dulu. Kemudian Alia yang nervous tadi tu mungkin boleh bagi tahu idea dia. Tapi kalau kita cakap tak berhenti, if you talk non-stop, then you are going to intimidate your partner. And sometimes it is not helpful as well. Bukan sahaja membantu untuk Alia. Kadang-kadang kalau you sendiri nervous pun, you boleh pass baton tu dekat kawan. Contoh, okay. Let's go back to the idea that we got just now, pasal benefit of sports. Okay, when is the right time to do sports and gain the benefits? So, kamu pun cakap, in my opinion, to get the most benefits from sports, you have to do it when you have free time, especially in the morning. You cakap macam tu. Lepas tu you dah tak ada idea dah. Blank, nak buat apa ni? So you ask questions. What about you? What's your opinion, Alia? Alia pun yang dah memang bersedia dengan pendapat yang bagus, yang hebat, dia pun cerita panjang. Dia cakap lagi. Okay? Tetapi kamu dah habis idea dekat situ, kamu boleh pass dekat dia. Jadi nampak macam tak terserlah lah kamu punya kehabisan idea tu. Boleh selamatkan diri juga dan you can help your friend as well. So, it's a two-way thing. Jangan hanya kita nak semata-mata kenakan kawan sahaja. Okay, tengok kawan, kita tahu dah kawan tu memang tak lancar, tak fasih bertutur dan kamu asyik tanya dia. Jangan macam tu. That's not the right way. Alright? But use it to help yourself and to help your partner as well. Sebab tu, kena tahu cara untuk tanya soalan yang betul. Kalau you tanya salah, nanti partner you pun pening. Lepas tu dua-dua hang, dua-dua awkward, dua-dua senyap. Dua-dua kena potong markah. So, you need to know how to ask the right questions. Okay? So far, ada soalan tak? Do you have any questions so far? Nope. No questions from Nabil. No questions from Akbar. Siva Priya also is clear. Okay, bagus. Okay. Cik Razif. Cik Razif angkat tangan je, Cik Razif. Takut saya. What about Alisha? Alisha, you have a question? Okay, no questions from Afifah. No questions from Nurin. Mungkin silap tekan kot. Terkejut saya. Nak kamu saya apa dah angkat tangan ramai-ramai. Okay. I have a apa orang panggil? A quizzes for you. Saya pinjam orang lain punya, but I think the questions are applicable to the topic that I'm doing today. So let's have a question that we can do for English. Kejap eh. Do you prefer doing live question or live session, live quiz, or do you prefer doing it as assignment? I think we better do it as a live one, right? Oh boy. Okay, good, Alia. Yes, I will do a live one for you. And you are also at your own pace. I'm not going to control the pace for you. Sekejap, my line is not cooperating. Okay. Go look in your chat box. I've sent you a link. Click on the link and we're going to start in a moment. Okay, I see quite a number of you already in here, but there are still coming. There are still people coming in. Kita bagi peluang untuk kawan-kawan kamu masuk kejap eh. Come on in. We have 82 in here. 33 now. There are so many Yasmins in this session. Farah Yasmin, Yasmin, and Yasmin Rashika. Any other Yasmins? No. Okay, 30 more seconds. $15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mukris is the last one to come. Okay, I'm going to start. Okay, tak nak buang masa. Nurul Hidayah just came in. Wow. Good job. Mukris is on top. Number one, Sharil is climbing fast. Amogus is reclaiming. In a fierce competition with Shah and Olio. Olio kot tu. Fadzil is at fourth place. Mukris is now being cut by Amogus. Amogus is in front. I don't know whether you can hear me through the music or not. We'll go through the questions in a bit. Chris is back at number one spot. London is now on fourth place. Amogus is back at number one. Wow, orang yang sama je. Now Yasmin is at fourth place. I had to turn off my sound. I don't want it to interrupt with your music. No, I'm not sure whether you're done or not. Some of you are done. Mukris is done. We are still waiting for some of your friends to finish. Okay. I think I would have to end the game here. Ten seconds. Let's have a look at who's the winner. All right, London. Wow, London has the first place, followed by Hihihihi, and Mukris is in the fourth place. All right, please come back to the Meet session, Google Meet call. Let's have a look at the questions that are difficult for you. I hope you can see the screen. Kejap I think that's better. And I better use a different theme so that it's clearer. Let's use this one. Okay, question number 7. Kita tengok yang susah-susah. If you can hear me, please type something in the chat box. I don't know whether you can hear me or not. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. All right, 16 gave incorrect answer for this one. Everyone is looking forward to the competition. Okay, everyone is looking forward to the competition. This one is for question tag. Okay, question tag ialah dekat belakang tu kita akan letak verb. Okay, verb dengan noun daripada asal soalan tu. This one you have learnt before, tapi hari ni kita revise sikit. So, if you can see here, everyone is looking forward to the competition. Everyone, kamu akan cakap as singular. Okay. Tetapi dekat belakang, dia akan tukar jadi they. Okay, mereka. They. Right, mereka. Bila kita guna is di hadapan, di belakang dia kena guna yang sama tetapi negative version. Negative version. Okay. So, jawapan dia sepatutnya isn't they. Isn't they. Tidakkah mereka? Let's have a look at number 10. Number 10, apa yang kamu salah? Sorry. Tadi tadi number 7 yang kamu salah. You won't be late for the kickoff. So kita punya noun adalah you. Okay? Kita punya noun adalah you. Kita punya verb adalah won't. So depan ni dah won't, depan dia kena jadi, belakang dia kena jadi positif balik. Okay? Ini gabungan. Will not be late for the kickoff. Will you jawapan yang sepatutnya. Okay? You guna yang samalah sebab tu semua pilihan jawapan ada you. Okay? Tapi tak perlu be dekat belakang. Yang dua ni sememangnya salah. Won't you, jangan guna yang sama. Kalau depan dah negatif, ada not tu, apostrophe nt tu, belakang kena guna positif. Dia akan berlawanan. Okay? Untuk question tag, dia akan berlawanan. Mari kita tengok number 15 and 17. Number 10 dulu. I'm sorry, my internet is not cooperating with me today. Ni. So number 10, be very quiet when you come back. Okay, when you come back. Okay, and jawapan dia adalah won't you. Yang ini accuracy dia tak tepat. The actual answer is, sekejap, saya tulis dekat saya punya iPad It's faster here. Now I can go back to the meet call. So formation question for this one is supposed to be very quiet when I come back kan. When you come back. Kemudian dia koma dan dia letak tempat kosong ada question mark. This is actually not a question tag. This is actually some sort of like a negative question. A negative question. Will you is the answer. Okay. Different kind of formation of questions will make you do different types of questions. Next one is tadi yang first kamu salah tu question tag. This one is a negative question. The next one is number 17. Why aren't you at the practice yesterday? Why blank you at practice yesterday? Can somebody or anybody tell me what is the clue in this question? Apa clue dalam soalan ni?
Yesterday.
Kenapa yesterday penting? Why is yesterday important?
To tell that the sentence is a past tense.
Very good. To tell you that the sentence is in the past tense. So kalau sentence tu dalam past tense, aren't ataupun are not dengan aren't saja. Aren't salah. Okay. Now we are left with wasn't, weren't, and didn't. Okay. Dalam soalan ni, kita bercakap kepada you. How many person is you? Berapa orang tu?
One.
Seorang sahaja. Okay. So with you, you are going to use were. Okay. This is also a negative question. Why weren't you? Sebab ada NT dekat belakang tu. Why weren't you at practice yesterday? Past tense sebab yesterday and singular sebab you, seorang. Why weren't you at practice yesterday? Okay? Seorang betul. Afifah tak nampak chat. Sorry. Any questions? Ada soalan nak tanya sebelum saya teruskan kepada rhetorical question. No questions. No from Afifah. I hope the others are still with us. You have none. Thank you. Thank you for responding. Anis Amira. Okay. Now, all good. So, we're moving on to the next one. Tadi saya janji nak cakap pasal rhetorical question dengan kamu. Betul? Another type of question that is also important in or for your SPM is rhetorical question. Siapa pernah, bukan siapa pernah. Anyone here knows what a rhetorical question is? Ada siapa-siapa tahu? Tadi saya sebut generally what a rhetorical question is. A rhetorical question is, kalau orang putih dia akan kata macam ni. Kebat. Aras tinggi. Not necessarily, tak semestinya. A question that you ponder upon. Or a question that needs no answers. Soalan yang tidak memerlukan jawapan. Sorry. Soalan apa yang tidak memerlukan jawapan? Okay. Kalau kita tulis esei, kita akan tanya untuk provoke. Kita akan tanya untuk buat orang berfikir. Kita akan tanya seolah-olah kita sedang menuduh pembaca tidak bertanggungjawab contohnya. Okey, katakanlah tajuk social problems among teenagers. Okey, saya bagi contoh sahaja. Social problems among teenagers. Saya rasa ramai yang guna teknik ni tapi dia tak tahu nama ni adalah rhetorical question. Okay, tapi I'm going to show you today so that you will get a better grasp using this technique when you are writing, so that your writing is more interesting and you arouse interest for your readers. Okay, social problems among teenagers kan. Okay, so katakanlah kamu mulakan dengan introduction. Saya akan tulis introduction untuk karangan ini. Okay, katakanlah ni karangan fakta. So, you would like to start your essay with a statistic. Kamu pun rekalah statistik. Tapi make sure it's believable. Jangan main reka kata 100% berlaku di Malaysia. Maksudnya semua orang ada masalah. So, that's not correct. Okay. So, katakanlah, bukan that's not correct, that's not plausible, tidak boleh dipercayai. Kita mulakan kita punya essay dengan ayat macam ni. Contoh, a recent study found out that a surprising percentage of teenagers who were involved in social problems at school. 76% of secondary school students have been a part of this problem at least once, sekurang-kurangnya sekali. So kononnya ramai lah, kan? Kemudian this is the question part. Ini rhetorical question yang kamu akan tanyakan dekat pembaca kamu. Soalan ni tidak memerlukan jawapan, tetapi kamu akan discuss, kamu akan bincangkan dan kamu akan rumuskan. You will conclude at the end of your essay. Okay? Okay? Kamu letakkan macam tu. This is one of the examples. Satu macam tu saja. That's the only question that you ask. Right? And then you don't have to answer. Jangan jawab pun, tak perlu jawab pun segera. Contohlah, kalau maksud saya jangan jawab tu, janganlah perlu terus tulis dekat situ. Does the problem start at school or does it come from home? Kamu pun kata school. Terus dekat situ. Kalau kamu jawab, habislah essay kamu. It ends there. It ends there. So, apa yang kamu kena buat? Kamu pun ceritakan dalam perenggan body paragraph kamu perlu dua sahaja. Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. You talk about the social problems that are rampant in schools. Okay, contoh, you might want to say loitering and smoking. Okay, two problems that are rampant in school. Bila dah habis kamu huraikan pasal loitering and smoking, barulah kamu rumuskan. Then you can write a conclusion at the end of the essay. Dalam penutup essay tu, barulah kamu kata, it is clear that the problem actually comes from peers in school. Di hujung tu baru kamu jawab soalan tu. Jadi, kamu punya essay lengkap and people call it wholesome. Okay, wholesome tu maksudnya bila kita baca kita rasa puas hati sebab kupasan yang jelas, kamu bagi penerangan dan kamu rumuskan dengan baik. You conclude the essay well. Alright? That's how you use rhetorical questions in essays. There are other ways as well. Tapi this is the simplest way. Ini cara yang paling ringkas untuk kamu gunakan dalam tulisan kamu. Alright? Are we clear? Do you understand? Or do I need to explain anything about writing using rhetorical question. Very good. Oh, you're still with me. Ingatkan saya cakap seorang. Good to know that I'm not talking to the screen. Thank you for responding. Understand, clear, sir. No, sir. Right? Okay. So, among others, that are some of the ways that you can use WH questions for your 4 skills. Okay. Untuk listening dengan reading, let's have a look at what we are dealing with here. We have how many? How much time left? Around 10 minutes. Okay, not more than 10 minutes. Okay, quickly. This one is easy. For tadi saya dah jelaskan all the help that WH question can offer to you when you are doing your writing and also your speaking. Okay, what about reading and listening? How can questions help you for reading and listening? Number one, it can help you to figure out the ideas to look out for. When you are reading a passage, you must be looking for something. Ataupun dalam soalan part 1 in reading, you will have short excerpts, soalan yang pendek-pendek, and then you have to find out a certain detail. So when you use questions, kita tahu what we are looking for. We will know exactly what we are looking for, right? Secondly, it can help you to select and classify details. Okay, this is important because it can help you understand the passage or understand what is being talked about. Yang ini selalunya dalam listening, if you have to label, this is, if I'm not mistaken, in part 3 for listening, which person says what? Orang yang mana cakap perkara yang mana? Apa idea yang ditetapkan atau disebutkan oleh seseorang itu? Okay, and number 3, we can use questions to help set focus and sustain interest. Kalau kita dengar cerita atau kita baca cerita, kita kena tahu apa yang kita nak cari. Okay, there must be one question that we want answered, and the answer is always usually towards the end of the story. Selalunya dekat hujung-hujung, dekat belakang. That's how WH question can help you read and listen. Okay. I think that should be it for tonight. We did question text in the quizzes exercise just now. If you do not have any questions, I think I should call it a night and let you go off because it's a public holiday. I hope you enjoyed your days today, your off day today. If you have any questions, you can put in the chat box, or you can just turn on your mic and ask me. I don't think there are any questions, and you can't wait to hit the sack. So I'll close the session officially with the kafarah. Also the Suratul Asr. All right. With that, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for responding. And thank you so much for joining the game. I hope I can be with you awesome people again. And I hope at least you've learned something. And after this, you can use better questions to ask and explain what you have in your head. Make sure it's translated well. If you have any more questions, please don't be shy to ask your teachers, okay? And maybe find the answers on the internet, read more books, all right? I wish you all a very good night and hope to see you again. Okay, you can leave the call now. Thank you so much, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Oh, Ramai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. You too. May Allah repay your kindness as well. Good night. Assalamualaikum. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good night. Tagline and quotes sama tak? Tagline dengan quotes. Quotes petikan kata-kata. Tagline ni selalu syarikat ada tagline. Company ada tagline. Selepas brand dia akan ada tagline. Kalau quotes petikan kata-kata dalam ucapan ataupun petikan kata-kata dalam buku. Itu quotes. Good question, Azfa. Welcome. Good night. You can leave the call. See you again. My number. Sudah. Let me type in the chat so that you can copy. Tak ramai boleh lah. Ramai-ramai mati saya. That's my number. But I'm not a huge texter, so I might reply you a bit later. But you can ask me. If you have questions about English, you can ask me. Domo arigato. I don't know how to reply that in Japanese, but arigato. Oyasumi nasai. I know minasan. Oyasumi nasai minasan. Good night, everyone. Dah habis dah. It's already 9:58. We should turn off the call. Bye. Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Cik Razif. Siapa lagi ada ni? I think Puan Asima is watching. Alamak, ramainya cikgu. Malu lah macam ni. Alright, I'm gonna take my leave. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.